What's up, fam? Now, here's a story that has been making headlines over the last few days. A sad story where a 12-year-old girl lost her life due to a fight right down the street from her home. Let's watch the news story. Uh, I'm gonna break it down, and I also want to hear your comments in the below in the comment section. But I'm also going to touch on a part of the story that's missed. They always say, it may not be maybe too soon or the wrong time to say something, but to me, it's never a wrong time to say to bring up to bring something up for a teaching lesson, something that make people they can think about to how to help in my point of view, kind of help this from happening so many times. So don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. When you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Let's hit it.
Mother wants answers after her 12-year-old daughter got into a fight at the bus stop and died. The mother says the bus driver should never have let the kids off that bus together. Channel 2's Tom Jones is live in Douglas County in Villa Rica. And Tom, as any parent can understand, that mother is heartbroken.
Yeah, Linda, heartbroken because her daughter was a quarter of a mile away from home when she got off the school bus here. But that's when Jada.
Man, I don't want to stop the story, but man, you look at this, you see this neighborhood? Is this the type of neighborhood that you would imagine something like this would happen? You know what I'm saying? When I first heard the story, the first thing I'm thinking about young kids jumping off the bus, running to the apartments, running to the projects, and they was, got into a fight. They was bullying a child and got into a fight, but not a place where there's like 2-story freaking houses, frame houses as they may be, but 2-story houses. I'm wondering how much money is made in these families. Anyway,
West got into a fight with another girl, and Jada never made it home and never made it to movie night with her mother.
She was like, Mama, can we do something?
Rashonda McClendon says she was looking forward to hanging out with her only child, 12-year-old Jada West.
We were supposed to go to the movies Friday.
But Jada never made it to the movies Friday. Actually, she never made it home that day.
Mama got strong genes. That girl looked just like her.
Cell phone video shows Jada beefing with a group of kids at the bus stop. Then she and a girl began fighting. Jada took a hard fall and began to lose consciousness. We are not showing the actual fight and fall. One of Jada's friends ran to tell her mom what happened.
I got in my car and I drove up there and she was on the ground.
Jada wasn't breathing. She was taken to the hospital. Jada died the next day of cardiac heart failure. Her mother is in a lot of pain.
It gotta stop. It must stop. Violence has to stop.
McClendon wants to know why no one tried to stop the fight. On the video, you do hear a boy telling everyone to chill out.
Let's push the peace. Let's push the
McClendon says the conflict began on the bus and the driver should have been proactive.
The bus should have never let those kids off.
What?
Turned it around.
McClendon says her daughter was new to the school and had been bullied. She says we have to teach our kids violence isn't the answer.
Let me tell y'all about the bus driver. The bus driver was not going to stop them kids from fighting. That's not their job, unfortunately. I mean, kids, since I remember riding the bus back in the day, and we used to be arguing and fussing on the bus, getting ready to get out the buses, getting ready to fight all the time. The bus is going to put you off the bus. Bus driver's going to put you off if you sit there and try to fight on the bus. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like the bus driver's going to stop, not going to say, hey, y'all can't get out. First of all, it's like kidnapping. So they couldn't do that. Maybe they could have called the police or something like that. I don't know. But stopping kids from getting off the bus, that's not gonna happen. You see this right here, these buildings, now these look like maybe that's a different neighborhood. Anyway.
Love. The Lord wants us to love one another, not tear one another down.
And Douglas County Schools plans to have grief counselors at Mason Creek Middle tomorrow when students return to school. Villa Rica police told me they are investigating and will forward the results of their investigation to the DA's office for review, and police are using that video as part of their investigation.
There's going to be some type of probably manslaughter charge or something because, I mean, it was a fight and it ended in a death. Now, before I say that, I think in the state of Texas, if two people agree to fight, then and somebody ends up being injured or passing away, then there's like I think there's like no charge can be filed. I think it's kind of like a mutual combat, like a mutual combat rule or something like law in effect. I remember looking it up, but yeah, I don't know if that's in this state here though. So that's what I'm saying. But if it is, it's quite possible the girls will not get charged. Now, like I said, the girls running away and they got into a fight or whatever. Or, no, not into a fight. The girls running away and they beat up and something happened to her, then yeah, most likely. But if they both agreed to fight and it was just a fair fight, now she got jumped, that's a different story. Like I said, but if she charged the girl from one story I heard, she charged the girl, she went up to the girl and they started fighting. And matter of fact, where they both were going back and forth with each other. And then she this ended up happening. It's going to be a very tragic loss for a young child and a mother.
Live in Douglas County and Villa Rica, I'm Tom Jones for Channel 2 Action News.
Tom, so much pain and so many questions. Thank you.
Oh, so much.
The district released a statement today saying they are saddened by the loss and extend condolences to her family and loved ones. And as Tom just mentioned, the district will have a crisis team of psychologists and counselors on campus tomorrow.
So, sad story, tragic story. We do wish these kids would just learn how to deal with conflicts without violence all the time. But as they say, kids are going to do what kids, they got to learn. Kids, we all got to grow up and go through these ups and down hardships. Some things just part of life. All we hope is that our kids could make mistakes, make bad choices, and live to tell a story. Unfortunately, this young lady didn't. But on a parenting note, and this is something it does not take away from what happened. When children move schools, I told y'all before in different videos that when I was a kid, when my daughters were young, my oldest daughter was young, and me and her mom would move around, from like apartment to apartment, whatever, like young families, young parents do, young people do, trying to find a better neighborhood, better prices. And the third of when, once my child got into school, in grade school, and we would move, maybe not every 6 months, maybe like a year, every couple of years, my dad told me, son, you need to get somewhere to settle down, because moving around a lot is not good for the children. It's bad for them. And he probably, especially moving from school to school, he said, because it's hard. It's hard for kids during those ages to move around and to be comfortable, because you're thinking that you're sending your kids to school for a different school for a better education, or a different school for to learn life's different lessons in life or what have you. But in those younger years, and I'm talking like junior high years and stuff like that, it's tough. High school is a little different, because in high school, a bunch of kids get together. It may be a couple of kids they know, a few kids they know in school, so they still can kind of mingle with them. But in elementary, junior high, when you're moving like cross town and stuff like that, it's rough on kids because they're trying to fit in. And so they're trying to be part of the cool crew, because you got people that will bully them. Like when they see fresh meat. They see fresh meat coming to the school, so they figure there's somebody they can pick on. Somebody else they can mess with. And unfortunately, that's what happens. And so the thing is, and I can't say that why she why she went to a new school, the reasons, none of my business. All I'm saying is just think about this for especially new parents, up and coming parents. Try to find somewhere where you can be stable for your child because it's rough. It's tough out there for them to try to fit in, try to be part of the cool kids and learn. That's when they get bullied. That's when they going back and forth and they have to fight all the time. A lot of times when you hear about people that say they like to fought a lot when they was growing up, a lot of times it's the ones that moved around a lot. Didn't really have a stable home and always had to defend themselves, always try to had to prove themselves to other people, other kids, and they just got tired of it. And so they had to deal with it one way or another. And that's what it seems like this young lady was doing here. So that's just a word to the wise for, saying for parents with young kids that you're trying, that's in school and you want them to be stable. You want to try to give them the best life possible. I know, but try to the best, it's your best, stick it out where you at, or try to do your moving around and figuring stuff out kind of early in their life. So that way when they're in school and they're getting junior high, they got their set of friends, they establish, they kind of, cause they're trying to, cause junior high is the years where they really trying to establish themselves, trying to learn themselves. And it's kind of hard for them to do that when you got people, strangers that you're trying to be cool with, emulate sometimes, and try to put your personality onto them too. You know what I'm saying? It's rough. I mean, it doesn't validate. I'm not like I say, minimizing what happened because like I say, stuff like this happen. Fights happen. Girl get hit, boy get hit, somebody get hit, you hit your head on the ground. Shoot, that's a hard fall. It's a long way to the ground where nothing stops you. I mean, seriously. So, like I say, just rest in peace to the sister. My condolences to her mom and the family and anybody else who knew her, that she was close to. Just hoping that something happens, to these young ladies that if they were bullied. Because I heard that the dad even went up to the school, and that's the sad part. That's probably the tough part about it. They said the dad went up to the school and tried to tell them about the bullying that his daughter's going through. And then next thing you know, this happens. And if I was them, I would be definitely furious now. Like I said, this does not give anybody the right to do this to your child. Get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's your fault that you moved your kids around to a different school. That's why she's not here no more. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is try to make their lives a little easier, which is probably what they was trying to do. I don't know. Maybe they had to move. I'm not sure. But I'm just saying this is what they have to go through. I remember, shoot, I did the same thing. I had to go through the same thing when I was younger and going from different schools. I got it. You know what I'm saying? So I understand exactly what my dad told me when my own children came up. So that's why I say this to anybody who got a young child and thinking about moving them to different schools. Kids need stability. Bottom line, children, from the girl who got taken, the girl whose life got taken, to the girls who fought her. Children need stability. They need stable homes all the way around. That's including parents, grandparents, and that's including where they are living too. But anyway, that's all I got. Tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you maybe a couple of minutes out of your day, but it means the world to us here at this channel. And with that being said, I live in peace and love, and I'll see you on the other side.